in the same way that Blender uses it. So after you've pasted in your mesh and stuff, you should see it ending with 4 of these brackets, and it needs to end the object hilt and end any of the objects. And if you want, you can even type in your own little comment. I don't see why though, because it doesn't matter. But there's not really a point to that, because nobody's gonna really read it. So now it's time to do the helpers. So in your file, scroll down to where the helpers are, and again, in my case, it's kind of weird because they shouldn't be up here, but they are. But in the case that they are, just select all this stuff in the frame transform matrix, and you'll see that it's in HDMI Augo 1. So you'll find it in your destination file and paste over those numbers. HDMI Augo 2, as you can see right there. Do the same thing. Paste over HDMI Augo 2, which is right there. You can see weapon focus. You can see it there. Paste over it. And then this is the hilt. And then here's hit point weapon position A, which is seen right here in the destination file. Paste that in. And same thing for weapon position B. If I can find it. Aha. Paste that in. So what we just did was we just copied the coordinates of all the helpers and pasted them over the helpers that were already defined in here in the template sword. So basically we've just replaced I'm going to try to explain this to you so that you understand it a bit. Frame blade, that is basically the coordinates of the blade object, which is this whole thing right here. Basically, when you copied that whole frame from the beginning of it to right there, that's the whole object, including the mesh texture coordinates and the whole frame of blade and the object of blade and stuff. Yeah. And the same thing for the hilt. And then when you added that 4th end bracket there, you're ending this object up here, which was mesh sword iron 01. That was there when we started. And when you pasted in these coordinates, you're just pasting the coordinates of the helpers that you repositioned using Blender. So this hit point weapon position B is this thing over here. I mean, that one, because it says it right there. So if we moved this thing, like, say, way over there, that means it'd draw a line from there and you'd hit it there, but only if you copied the coordinates from that and pasted it over the template, which is what we did. And then go ahead and save that as, I always like to just save it over the original, but adding something to the end. So it'll be weird sword final instead of just weird sword. And then you can go ahead and try to import that, and if it doesn't work, that means you did something wrong. It means you have either the wrong number of brackets, or you have or it exported funny, something like that. So in this example, I'm just gonna open it up over the iron sword Click load. Open up weird sword final. And if all goes well, and according to plan, you should have a sword there. And I actually used the texture from the iron katana. No. It was from... No, it was from the original iron sword. So I'm actually gonna... Yeah, it's 4024. So if you go to materials and choose blade, use that as 4024 as the base texture for me. Max texture layers is going to be 1. And I'm in the materials tab. I'm not going to enable alpha. Apply changes. Apply changes. Didn't work. Oh right, because I used the katana, not the iron sword. Well, whatever the texture, eventually this should work in the game. So, good luck, and I hope you are successful. And if you didn't understand anything about that, let me know, and I can try to get a little more detailed with it to let you